here we have KV Dananjay, the Supreme Court advocate, to tell us a little more on the chances of disqualified MLAs here, because it seems like BS Yediyurappa has now introduced a cabinet of 17 members, has left 17 other seats vacant. He is trying to gauge the pulse of the leaders right now to see what can be done. And disqualified MLAs are already now sweating. They are already met with Ramesh Jarkioli. They've come together. They're holding a meeting right now at Ramesh Jarkioli's house and trying to see what next for them. And it appears like the BJP is quite happy with the fact that the case is right now in the Supreme Court. As long as it's deliberated in the Supreme Court and the matter is sub judice, they don't have to worry about that. They can worry about their own loyalists.
As far as the BJP forming the government is concerned, there is no doubt they breached so many principles. They had to backstab. They had to reward people that would backstab their own party. So for BJP to get into trouble, I think is a given. BJP certainly is expected to get into trouble. And as far as those disqualified MLAs are concerned, I don't think the Supreme Court would be in a hurry to hear them. And we've been saying that for quite some time. We've been saying that for quite some time. The disqualified MLAs can't make out a case for urgency. They cannot tell the Supreme Court that we made lots of allegations against the coalition government. We were members of JDS and Congress. We made so many allegations earlier, and now we want to be part of the opposition then, which is in the government. We want to be ministers. The disqualification order comes in the way of we being ministers. So please hear our matter out of turn. You know, this argument is so opposed to public policy. And that's the reason why I believe the case is not moving forward. It's not come up for hearing as yet. And that's the only urgency, right?
And do you think this will go on for a little longer in the Supreme Court?
What's the real impact to them from the disqualification order? It's twofold. One, contesting an election and winning in it by poll may not still secure them a seat in the assembly, because the speaker's order says their disqualification will go on up to the end of the assembly's term, which is 2023. That's number one. Number two, under the constitution, a disqualified MLA would not be able to become a minister so long as he does not contest and win an election. Okay, now the election is not going to happen this week or next week, or it's few months away.
Few months away, really, because as per constitution, within 6 months you've got to announce a bypoll. It's already 1 month now.
It's barely a month, right? And you also must look at the fact as to how the election commission conducts bypolls, what kind of interval they generally offer, because the election commission is also answerable to the public. If they normally wait for 2 or 3 months, then they would wait for 2 or 3 months here as well. They can't say disqualified MLAs in Karnataka are special case to us. So while in every other case we wait for 3 months, in this case we will hold an election within a month and a half. I don't think the election commission could say that.
So until then, their future is indulgence.
And then the other what do you call, the difficulty for them is that they can't be ministers. The Supreme Court has much better business to do than to take up your case because you can't become a minister. I mean, this is laughable. You can't make out that argument to say, please hear my matter out of turn, because Supreme Court has about 65,000 pending cases.